My name is Josée Allard. I am a pianist. I am a classically trained pianist and improviser and the founder of creative music improvisation programs. So I help classically trained pianists freely improvise on the keyboard without being bogged down with too many theoretical concepts, just a few concepts to start with, so they can easily unleash their music alone and easily improvise with others. Before we start the session, I just want to tell you and share a little bit about my journey, how it all started. I just want to say that when I was a kid, I was composing and improvising my own musical stories, and I didn't know what they represented. And when my classical studies became more serious, I focused only on learning the traditional repertoire, the great composers and theory and technique and everything that we need to become a classical pianist. And I entered the world of competition and I was doing well, and I even went so far as to winning the first prize of the Montreal Symphony Orchestra at the age of 17. So everything looked good on the outside, but inside of me, I was feeling less and less happy with playing the piano. And the long hours of practicing, the pressure to prove my worth as a concert pianist left me with less and less pleasure playing. And this translated into injuries. And later on, I couldn't envision a career as a concert pianist anymore. So I've seen this story, this same experience in many of my colleagues, and I find it sad in a way that we're losing sometimes this love, that the passion that we had in the first place. So what did I do? I was facing a dead end as a concert pianist, so I started teaching anyway because I couldn't play. And then my students were asking me to improvise and to teach them improvisation and composition. They were young boys and they didn't want to go by the book, and they wanted to get out of the written score, and I didn't know what to do with them. And I couldn't even sit at the piano myself and improvise. And so I started looking for different avenues to make music. And this is when I I registered to workshop in the United States led by David Darling. And I started joining this group of improvisers. Some of the people were graduates from the Juilliard schools, and some other players were playing in their basements. Some other were music therapists, and we were all playing music together in a very intuitive way, which was called free improvisation. And it was a revelation for me that finally I could improvise my own music without knowing that it was inside of me, and it was coming out so naturally, just triggered by a few leads and a few simple techniques. I was able to release my music, my own music, and that's pretty an amazing experience. And I came back full of joy, full of passion, and that I transmitted to my students, and my students started to have more fun too. And so I decided to go for the full program, the full 4-year program, which allowed me after to lead workshops, improvisation workshops in different institutions and to non-professional and professional. But I want to tell you that it was not so much about the certificates as for the love and the passion that I was experiencing while improvising. And I wanted to go back every time just to have more fun and to get to improvise with friends and colleagues and people. And we were all experiencing the same passion. So my fear of making mistakes while improvising turned into letting go and being mindful of the moment. I was able to coax my inner critic inherited from the perfectionism of the classical world. My sense of listening, my sense of rhythm improved greatly, and I discovered many other sounds. Classical music is one sound, but there's so many other styles of music. And so my passion for my instrument returned. I discovered my instrument in a new and a different way, and my creativity as a child returned also. And since then, I've been able to release 2 improvisation albums, to write compositions for my students that have been published in institutions. And I feel so grateful that I encountered improvisation on my way that I want to really share it with others. I want to ask you, what do you think that you would like your musical life to look like? Would you like to have more fun? Would you like to improvise more? And if so, in which style, or preferably your own style? So maybe you can think about that while I'm still talking. So today I'm asking you to put your judgment out, leave your judgment at the door. Experiment those techniques with the spirit of a child, with curiosity, and with just like, when children are discovering sounds, they don't judge themselves and they're just curious. And that's the way, with this playful spirit, that you should experiment these techniques. So my framework consists of listening, singing, feeling, and then playing almost at the same time. So you listen deeply to what you want to play, you sing it either in your head or out loud, you feel it in your body, and then you play it. So there won't be any wrong notes. You love the sound that you make, accept it, and just have fun. Okay, so now let's warm up. So since I have Maha with me, let's warm up and speak in different languages. I know we've tried it in the past, but you can open your mic. So just to give people a sense of what it can be. So if we were to speak in a foreign language, like a Brazilian, Spanish, Japanese, it could go like, and we're having a conversation. This is just to warm up the mind and the body and the creativity. Okay, so we go like
Zazu vraijo zekomegan shaizasi.
Zazunga jumda renda da caste.
Azai zainen zrazazakate sovia.
As la slanga tangtuntera.
Pentera, pantera, pantera, pandero.
Pentero?
Pentero! Sì,
Sí,
pentero!
pentero.
Holsa, malaga, kolsa, kambasa.
Sa. And so we can end up the conversation, go along. So we're just
Go for
having
it.
fun and releasing, and also using some syllables that we're going to use. Now I can ask you to stand up and go from one feet to the other and invent your own language, leg, mouth, going like rumpati chikampa. You can mute yourself. Keep going, invent your own language, feel the rhythm and the pulse in your body. Perfect. Now I'm gonna give you a call, and you're gonna just respond to me, copying what I did. If I go tin da takita, you go tin da takita. Gun 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 pa. Gun 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 pa. Taki 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 ta. Taki 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 ta. Zoom pa, zoom zoom pa. Zoom, zoom, pa. And now I can give you a call and you respond differently. Tin da takita. You can respond differently. Gun 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 pa. Respond differently. Zoom pa, zoom zoom pa. Tiki tiki taki tiki taki tiki ta. Rumpa, rum rumpa. And now melodic calls. Do do, den, do. Copy what I did. Dom, da, de, do. Zumba, zumba. De, da, dum, be, dum, boom. Dee, ba, dum, boom, bay. Sosa, sosa. Ro-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-da. Now respond differently. Dum ba de do, dum 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 ba de do. Your way, dum rum ba de bo dum. Your way, dum ba do bo ba. Do ba da. Do ba da ba. And the last one, ro pa 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 da. Okay, so we're warming up, sorry, our voice, our body in rhythm, and we're starting to have ideas of what we can do. And slowly, soon, we'll transfer at the melody. So, one important concept is when you play at the instrument, is that you're able to connect your fingers to your voice so that it doesn't come up like randomly, but as something connected, as you're hearing already your melodies, your sound that you want to create. So how do we do that? So one example is you sing what you're playing. Let's say I'm playing a few notes, and then I reproduce them. Da, 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 da. You can sing at home too. Da, dee, da, dee, da. Let's play back, sing back. Da, 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 dee. So that's not so difficult if we're trained musicians and we are able to, we can trick ourselves to do something more difficult. But, it's the idea is to connect your fingers with your voice, so when you improvise, you're able to hear what you want to play. So this is one example. So you can try for, let's say, 30 seconds at home, try to play a few notes and then play a few notes and then sing them. 30 seconds. Ten more seconds. Okay, second exercise is you sing first. Da, da, dee, da. See, I didn't find it right away, but you sing it first and then you try to find it on the keyboard. So I'll play another exercise, another example. Da, dee, da, dee, da. So if you're not able to find the notes right away on the keyboard, it's fine, don't worry, just reproduce the melodic line, try to search around, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just to have an overall idea of what you're playing, because this is more challenging to sing first, and if we don't have perfect pitch, to find it on the keyboard. So give yourself a few examples, sing slowly, and then try to look around, but at least reproduce melodic line, if it goes up, down, whatever, skip intervals or steps. 30 seconds. Ten more seconds. So now, touch what you're playing. So this is another exercise to connect the fingers with what you're playing and just move the finger. Let's say da, da, di, da, da, C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. So just move if you're singing D, F, G, F, E. Just move the fingers without pressing the keys, without playing the keys for real. So just make sure that the note that you sing is connected to the fingers that you want to play with. C, D, E, D, E, D, C. And you can sing la, 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 la. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. I'm not talking so much about fingers, but the rank of the notes in the scale. So C is the first note, D the second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. So just fake playing the notes without really playing them. Okay, so try that for 30 seconds. Okay, so now that's where the fun is starting. Play while you're singing. So da da dee da dee da dee da 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 dee da dee da dee da 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 dee da da dee da da dee da dee da dee da da dee da da da. So you're not obliged to play with a rhythm already, but just like a few notes. Da, da, dee, da, da, dee, da. You can play simple rhythms. You can strike a rhythm. Da 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 dee da da dee da 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 dee da da dee da dee da 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 da. It's up to you if you want to add up, strike a rhythm to what you're doing, or just play random notes but sing while you're playing. This is the idea. And I'm going to provide you with a drone. Sing while you're playing. Questions and answers, or calls and responses, the way we did when we warmed up. And then repeat. And invent something different. Keep going. In your left hand, I'm going to show you with the top view. Play either just a fifth or a fifth and an octave. And then improvise your own melody in C major. Keep going now. Get emotional. Keep going. And you can play your softest and most tender if you like. And remember to add silence in your improvisations. Silence for a while. Keep going. When you start improvising, you can start with only 3 notes if you like. And later on, 5 notes. And then 8 notes. Keep going. Okay, so this was just an exercise. This is just an exercise that we call melody drone. So instead of just creating a melody out of nowhere, we're sustaining it with a drone. So I just wanted you to sing at the same time you're playing because it helps you to develop this sense of melodic line, because when we don't sing it becomes sometimes intellectual, but when we sing it's way more natural. So I have this board here to tell you that when you want to start, let's say, improvising on the Ionian mode or the C major mode, you can think of C as the first note, D as the second note, E as the third note, as you know probably, and I was showing it up to you when I was moving the fingers. So you know that the half steps are between 3 and 4 and 7 and 1 when we play the major scale. So that's something that everybody knows. So when you start improvising, you can use numbers da 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 dee, 3 4 3 2 3 3 4 5 6 5 3 4 5 6 5. So this is how you can start improvising. And when you feel that there are some notes you would like to stay longer on because you're more curious of these notes, that's fine. You don't need to visit them all. You can go da 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 dee da 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 dee da da dee da. You can go like that if you like. So just experiment and strike rhythms also. Clap rhythms with your hands. Da-dum, 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 ba-dum, da. Give yourself a little swing, a little rhythm, feel it in your body, and that's how you can create and improvise nice melodies, by feeling the rhythm in your body and clapping it along and then singing it and then trying to reproduce it on the keyboard and putting a drone on it. So this is a good way to start. And then let's say that I'm gonna pick up the pen here. So if we want to use that same technique as melody drone, we can start by using, instead of starting on C, we can start on D. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. So on the second note and finishing on the second note. And actually this would create the Dorian mode. And the half steps that were showing up in third and fourth place, they're still, if we're using the note names, they're still 3 and 4, between 3 and 4, but they come earlier in the scale. So I'm going to play soon the scale on the keyboard so you really see it. So from the white keys, all the white keys from D to D, the half steps are misplaced. They're changed roles. They're changed, rank in the scale. So that will sound differently. And so you can improvise in many modes using this kind of, using numbers. And you can start from 3 to 3. So then the half step will come right away, 3, 4, between 3, 4. So I'm going to show you with the top view. And I might put my microphone a little louder. Okay, so just to tell you that when you were playing the C scale, the half steps were here and there. So in rank 3 and 4 and 7 and 1. So when you're playing the D Dorian, you have between D and D, and so the half steps will arrive here between E and F, but they will arrive earlier in the scale. So instead of having a half step here, you'll have a whole step. So that D Dorian is that mode where that is used in Scarborough Fair. Okay, so now let's just improvise with this mode using that same drone in the left hand. I'll provide the drone for you. If you want to play at the same time as I'm playing, it's fine. And then improvise with 3 notes, with 4 notes, with 5 notes. That's how we start improvising, and sing them at the same time. You can always play with the earlier exercises I mentioned, as sing what you play what you sing, touch what you play, and then finally play while singing. And remember, you listen first to what you want to play, you sing it, you feel it, and you play it almost at the same time. So keep going with the D Dorian scale mode. Try it on your own. Get a few notes, sing them while playing, and be expressive. questions and answers. This is a question. The answer. Use your left hand in the number of beats you like. This is in 4 beats, 2, 3, 4. But I could have done something in 3 beats. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 1. Slow. And so, of course, we can go on with the, this was the D Dorian mode. We can go on with the E Phrygian from 3rd note of the C scale up to the 3rd note here. So the half step will arrive here. So that scale, that mode is often used in the Spanish music, and I think also in the Rhapsody list, Rhapsody. So that's Phrygian mode. So with improvisation, we start to recognize the modes in which music is written. So that's a nice realization that we know that the music was made of the Rhapsody. This Rhapsody was made out of the Phrygian mode. So that mode is this one here. So, and then you have the Lydian mode, Mixolydian, the Aeolian, and the Locrian mode. So I would like to share with you one of my students, Sandra, who's using this melody drone, and she's using it in one of the home plays that I gave her. And you'll see what she did. She kind of reproduced the cimbalom, you know, this Hungarian.
Je vais essayer les modes,
this was just to give you a little bit of a sense of what my student Sandra experienced with the Locrian mode to start with, and then she switched to the Phrygian. But it's a nice, there's so much we can do on a drone.